Hello guys, this is going to be a quick video. I just want to see what's inside the front of the boom here. What is the mechanism that's actually controlling this, because we're going to have to convert it to our own RC. So I think we need to get this off, and most of it is just press fit, I think. So we should be able to just push these pins out. So far so good. And one connecting the mechanism, there's like a connecting rod there, so we need that pin out as well. So in there's another connection, so we can't actually get it apart this easily, but now we have access to the screw at the top, we can get that out. One at the bottom. So now you can see that connection at the top, so we can just pull that one out. And in here is our mechanism. So it's all just connecting rods really. That is a direct lever here, so you have a little short lever at the top here, going to the long lever that operates the bucket. So just this one long lever that connects to this point, which presumably runs the length of the boom and is connected in the bottom as well. So that's pretty simple and is basically what I was expecting to find. What I think we will try and do to control this is try and make it a little bit simple. And we're not really going for a huge amount of power here. I'm probably going to put one of these N20 motors mounted in along the side here, and probably cut down this shaft. Maybe I'll need to mount it this way, I'm not sure yet, we'll have to figure that point out. But basically what I'm going to try and do is put a small lever on this arm that can do a full 360 degrees rotation while it moves the bucket in and out. So that won't be the most powerful way of controlling it, but it means that we don't need to do any sort of limiting of angles. So this should be more powerful than most servos that will fit into the same space, but we won't have the feedback to determine the angle. So simplest thing to do is to make it so that the motor can do a full 360 degrees rotation without breaking anything, and that will mean that as the motor rotates, the bucket will just be spinning in and out like this, which is fine. We'll still have the same level of control whether we limit it to stopping here and stopping here, but we just have the safety that if we do overrun, the motor's not going to jam. It's just going to keep rotating, and the bucket will start to go in the other direction. So I would imagine I will end up changing this arm out for a 3D printed one that will go through a small connecting rod that's mounted down in the boom here somewhere. And that's all that's going to be for that. And it'll probably be very similar on the extension here. So this one that's coming out here is more than likely just running straight down and connected to something lower in the boom. We'll just get another N20 motor in here somewhere and rotate that, because it's not going to need to move very far either. The downside is that it won't have a whole lot of power, but as you've seen in the previous video, this wouldn't have had massive amount of power, and it was more than able to lift up the coffee grind. It weighs nothing. So that's all I'm really hoping to get from this one. The PC 400 already has screw drive mechanisms, so I don't want to just do the same thing again. And you've seen the issues there is with a heavy model like that, and how complicated those screw mechanisms are. I mean, that one, when those screws reach the end, for example here, if you don't stop pushing the motors on, the motor has enough power to just screw itself off the mounting point here. It'll just break itself off. So we're going to avoid that with this one by not having a screw mechanism, and by having this arm rotate and just move the mechanism. It's actually very similar to the 3D printed trailer we're making. So if you check out those videos, you'll basically see the same mechanism I'm planning to use in this. Just a very simple arm that's going to push this back and forward, and it's going to have full 360 degrees rotation unimpeded. And that should mean that we'll get our control and we won't need any feedback. It'll just be straight direct control to this, straight to the motor, and no issues of anything getting jammed. So that's the plan. Hopefully we'll get that done soon enough. I'll have to draw up something and get it printed. But yeah, for now, that's the plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.